Hello my friends, I am Sarah. Welcome to Grace in My Space. Today we are going to chat about spring mantle decor. If you missed my winter mantle decor video, it's still up. And YouTube did a real funny thing and it deleted the last half of my video. I don't know. It was fine when I posted it and then it was gone a couple of weeks later. So if you saw my winter mantle decorating video and you wanted to see how it looked in the end, this is how it looked. Now, if you have a really great eye, you will have noticed by now that I have drawn on my wall. And that is because we are doing a really exciting project. We are going to completely remodel this fireplace in the coming months in an upcoming video. And right now we're in the planning stages, but I didn't want to skip over spring mantle decor this year, so we're just gonna do it even though we're kind of in process on this project. Let's start with a clean slate. Collective sigh of relief. I don't know, there's something about a clean slate, taking everything off, giving a moment to breathe, and then filling it back up with a new season. The first look we're gonna do is kind of playful, kind of outside the box, but I made this years ago, years and years ago, and it's been sitting in my decor closet. So I thought, why not use it one last time on the fireplace, if I can salvage it. Oh no. My ladder's not tall enough. Well, we're gonna have to make the string shorter. Looks cute. Now, if you're gonna do something kind of fun and whimsy like this, you do not need a lot on the mantle itself. I popped a horse up there. Honestly though, I feel like it'd be okay without it too. It's a really nice way to take up a huge wall without much effort and without much money. This is very easy to make. You use twine, you use faux flowers, grab a stick out of a yard, and that's all that there is to it. I'll link the blog post sharing how I put this together in the description. Now let's try something a little bit more traditional. Super classic, next look, very traditional. Artwork above a mantle is always classic, always in style. Your favorite artwork can go up there. This has a bit of a spring vibe. It kind of has an early spring vibe, a little bit of those dark, moody days, but then some of the sunrise colors brought in really make it feel fresh and ready for spring. Pop some plants up there. If you can, do live plants. I promise you, they make a space look more cozy, inviting, lively, and fresh. If you can't, grab a faux one. That works too. Just make sure it looks real. I did just grab this little cutie from Marshall's. It has kind of that real touch. Anywhere that you see real touch in the description of the plant, it's gonna look more realistic usually, as long as it's not a knockoff. And so when you have these kind of more rubbery instead of plasticky feeling faux plants, they are much more realistic. Go with something like this. Now, I would not put two of the same height plants next to each other, but just looking at this, it is more difficult to figure out which one's real, which one's faux, because it's a real touch. One of the difficulties of this video is definitely going to be making things look centered because of the multiple lines we have on the wall, but just use it for what it is as some inspiration for your own space. Now let's do a more modern take on a spring fireplace mantle. So we're gonna start here. We've got some live plants, we have some candles, we got a mirror. It's kind of plain. I mean, it's okay, but it could use something. So we're gonna add the thing that says spring more than anything else In your decor closet, tulips. Guess what? These are fake. You wouldn't have known, would you have? Now that added a little something, but I feel like adding more layers. At any point, stop. You don't have to add more. Now I'm feeling like this is not the right shape. Do you see how it is too wide for the mirror and not tall enough? We need to layer in a way that it will complement whatever you're layering, and this just makes my picture frame look that. Now this one is the right shape, more vertically rectangular, but it's too big. Again, we try. All right, I found one that fits. It's the right shape, it's the right size, not necessarily the right print for spring, it's not super springy, but just as an example, this would be how I would layer them, and then I would just find a spring print that actually felt vibrant. One of the things I've always struggled with this fireplace mantle is that there's no definition. It is on a blank flat wall. There's nothing defining it like brick or even like shiplap on the back. There's no structure built out so that you could actually clearly see where the chimney would go up. And so it's always been a bit of a struggle to have this huge space that's not even centered on the wall to decorate around and make this up here feel like the proper scale and balance without it feeling super overwhelming. So if you have a similar situation, layering does a great job at that. Varying your heights along your mantle helps keep the eye moving across it and makes it look intentional in design. And then playing with like tendrils coming down off of a plant, something that kind of falls below the mantle, can also help keep the eye moving and distract the eye from issues like the fact that it's not centered on the wall. Let's just make note that at the time of filming my spring mantle video, here we have a more farmhouse vibe with some antique finds and wood mirror. So if you want to really feel more like farmhousey, modern farmhouse, add in some wood elements and that will really warm up the entire mantle as opposed to a metal mirror or metal accents. 100% feeling that. Now let's do one last look. Now one of the best ways to use my mantle during the spring is actually as a propagation station. Let me show you how. Now let's propagate one of the long tendrils from the plant I just showed you. Once they start getting super long, you can cut them off and make new plants. I have filled up some different clear bottles with water, and all you do is cut your vine. Do you see this right here? This is called a node, that little bump. The node is where your new root is going to grow out of. So you're going to want to keep the node, cut right above it, and then just pop it in water, and it's going to make new plants. Nothing says spring like a mantle full of growing plants. Every single one of my pothos in my house has come from one plant. I have dozens of them. I have given away dozens of them. This is a really fun way to use your mantle for something practical that also looks pretty. Now this will obviously only work as an actual propagation station if you have sunlight. So make sure that that is part of the equation if you choose to do this. I love the life that it brings as you create new houseplants for free. Now I'm curious, we've gone through all these different design styles. Did you have a favorite? Do you have a style that meets your own personal taste? And what do you like to put on your mantle? Drop it in the comments. Now I hope that you enjoyed seeing my mantle kind of progress through some different design styles. We covered quite a few. We did a boho look, a traditional classic look, some modern organic style, a little bit of farmhouse, some all natural design ideas, and there is just so much that you can do with a mantle, no matter what the surrounding design of it is, that you can make it look like the style of your home and your personal preferences. You want to know something kind of funny? Our fireplace hasn't worked in 2 years. That's getting fixed, finally. If you're looking for some more tips on mantle design rules, I do have a freebie for download. You can click the link in my description for that freebie and you can download that so that you have it as a reference in the future. Thanks for decorating with me today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications to stay tuned for more spring decor ideas, all my DIY projects, and this entire fireplace remodel coming soon.